that come, then it is interatomic spacing. If the spacings are there where the water can be absorbed, then it will get wet. And if there is no space, the interatomic gaps are too small, then the water will just pass by and it will not be absorbed by the sleeve. So this is the property. Electrical telecommunication properties. The journalist should know the basics. My cell phone is the development of material and physics. And we need only three things in the journalistic language: portability, no loss. Portability means you can take your cell phone in your pocket. There should be no signal loss on the way when the signal is coming and it reaches you. It is not interrupted. That is another property I need. The third property is that the temperature changes in Murray. It is about 0 or -5 or whatever it is. In Jacobabad it will be 55. So if I take my mobile phone from Murray to Jacobabad, there is no difference on its functioning. For journalistic language it is functioning. For me it is resonant frequency. And when I translate it into my technical language, you say to people that the cell phone is nothing but a device which can be carried in pocket, whose signal is not interrupted in between by anyone. And the third, it is not temperature dependent. It works equally at high and low temperature. But in physics, I translate it into the temperature coefficients of resonance, the dielectric constant of the material, and the quality factor, which is inversely proportional to the loss. So we should have a language to teach you, and you should teach us that what do you need, how much simplicity, how much communicability is there between our and your tongue and pen. And if we try to do it, then of course we can tell the significance of science to the society. We can tell the society that there are many illiterate people, but they are excellent technologists and they can contribute to the society. If my illiterate kid in Dara Damkhel can make Kalashnikov excellently, why can't he make refrigerator? Why can't he make a washing machine? Why can't he make microwave? Make all the things we are importing from the developed world. The cloth, and you name it, and they are there. Because there is some gap, we have not made opinion of the society, which is our, together we should do that, and we can do it. We should guide people. My minister doesn't understand what science is, because he has been graduated like that, as I am. I was not taught to go outside my mental frame. I am being taught to be an excellent slave, an excellent servant. I have not been taught to get out of this box and think for your society and your nation and be bold and blunt for the society. You must be aggressive because your future is at stake. For me and for you, we must be aggressive and we must force people, because we suffered because of that mutual disconnection between the science and society. We couldn't take it there. Can I make the atomic bomb? And if I say no, I am not a scientist. Can I fly in the sky? If no, then I am not a scientist. Science is nothing like that. But what sort of scientist am I? Why not turn stones into gold? But when you say that in a university, that let us turn our stones into gold, and more than 50% teachers will shout that he cannot teach physics and he is turning stones into gold. because they want to discourage you. People should encourage people. If a person can't do anything, at least engage him in a positive activity. If it is not positive, then at least it should not be negative. But when you tell people that you can't do it, you are rubbish, then how can you expect something from that teacher or that student? So encourage people, positivism, develop it. My student can't do their MSc or FSc in this country, but when they go outside, they easily do PhD excellently. Why? Because their societies are positive. They are encouraging people. They are not discouraging people. So always try to encourage. And we learned that from them. Yes, please. Oh, this is the very old human being. This man, he used to be sleeping with one eye open because he was scared of the outside world and he was thinking like animals. But when he learned to enter the cave and put a big stone in the front of the cave, he felt secured, and that allowed him to close the other eye as well. And he learned sound sleeping, and that sound sleeping took his mind higher. And the aim of education and that world was a comfortable and useful life. And today the expectation from education are the same. That man was also in many problems, and today's man is also in many problems, because we couldn't wash away the wild nature from the human mind with the time. Socialization means that we must not be cruel, we must not be wild, but we failed, our education failed, because the modern day human being is more dangerous than the one millions of years ago. So journalism can teach people tolerance and teach them that this is the level of your education. Another important thing, we never accept that we don't know. I didn't know many pronunciation, and I googled it last night and I found how they are spoken. So it is not shameful, right? We must not be only Allah is the full alim, because he knows about the present, past and future of the smallest, from the smallest body to the largest bodies, and we don't know what is happening across the wall. So never consider yourself alim or scholar or what. We are all students and learning and moving forward. So yes, please. So this was the first classroom. Yeah, next, go. This is the first agriculture revolution. Go ahead. I am not taking too much time on it. This is the second, where a little bit industrialization came. Yes. Next. Yes. Create interest of the people in the science. If a student is not coming to the class, ask about his interest, that in which area he is interested. If, for example, he is fond of chicken fighting, so discuss with him that. Start with him, open up him, and when he there may be excellent scientists and engineers and those illiterate kids, but never allow them to go onto the street, because school, institution, is the hospital of the society, and if you throw away a patient out of the hospital, you are telling him, go and die away. But when that student comes out of the institution, he can be a thief, he can be a murderer, he can be a corrupt person of the society. And whose society is it? It is your society. The same teacher will be robbed by the same student. The same teacher will be killed by the same student. So for your own sake, not for others, protect this society by encouraging people towards education, towards quality and fees. If the kid remains in school, the minimum he can be a clerk, and he will be serving the society. He will not be picking gun. So always support people. So zircon grains of Australia, 4.3 billion years. I was telling you about the chicken, about the earth, about the history, because these science things broadens your mind, take you 3.4 billion years back. So touch the minds of the people with such marvelous findings. And when you tell them about these, you will attract them towards science, and science then moves towards the technology and the development of the world. But if you fail to attract them, then of course they will go towards guns. Because everyone wants to be prominent. And if you close the positive doors, then the negative doors open automatically. Stop. Where is the full stop? Everyone has his own full stop. The level of one knowledge, skill, define the depth and width of his universe. If you think about the greed of the 19th century or 20th century man, he would have not left a piece of bread for the next century. We are so greedy. But the food quantity increased with time. The population doubled, but we have more food than the past. Right? What this